So this is the OBSBOT Tiny 4K PTZ webcam, and well, it is certainly a lot cheaper than other PTZ cameras that I have been trying out. Let's see if it can match up with the quality of that. Badge like 4K doesn't always guarantee higher quality, of course. You can see they're kind of advertising it as something that you could stick on top of a laptop, hence tiny. And I will be bringing a full review of this at some point, and also a comparison to other webcam options that you have, and I've reviewed a few. It's a new era of webcam, apparently. It's nice that you get yourself a carrying case with it. And well, it really is tiny. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that small. So I'm actually just going to set this up and I'm going to see what kind of footage I get out of it and see if it gives me a usable third camera angle on the things that I'm filming here today. I'm very much hoping that it can switch into 25 frames per second. That's powered up, that's magnetic, that's quite nice. There we go. Settings, no option for 25. It does have 4K though. It's got an adjustable stand. I'll put it on a tripod. Of course, the idea is it can track you around as you're moving around and speaking. I think it would be ideal for anyone who's having to present remotely and teach remotely. HDR, cool, if you're into that. AI-powered convenience, of course. Face focus and autofocus, fine. Gesture control, zoom in and zoom out with a little gesture. I'll be able to frame it with my hands, which I think it should do. So this is the OBSBOT Tiny 2, which is a 4K PTZ webcam, and it's a pretty good deal, it seems. They're cutting the price currently as well. So £330 is kind of retail price, down to £280 currently in this deal. Some interesting combos that you can get. You can get a remote combo, a power up combo. So that's got a tripod as well. A streaming combo, so that's just a straight into HDMI adapter, or a multi-cam combo with two of them basically. I think it's a good price for what it is, certainly compared to the larger PTZ cameras that I've used. So this is a 1/1.5 inch CMOS sensor, so that is quite a large sensor for a small camera like this. It's not ultra large. Faster focusing, optimum beauty mode, voice control. Okay, and what I'm interested to see now is, can I just quickly get it going and use it today to capture some 4K footage of what I'm doing on this desk from another angle. There we go, it's woken up. There we go, so track me. Hi Tiny, yeah, it's awake. Track me. You're gonna have to turn around to see me, mate. Track me. Yeah, it is doing a job of tracking me now. I'll start it recording. Unlock me. Zoom in closer. And is that an optical zoom? Zoom out further. Zoom out further. Zoom in closer. I think that's a digital zoom. It's a 4x digital zoom. You should be able to get it to frame a certain place. I want it to frame on here. Okay, you need to use the OBSBOT webcam software to do the hand gestures, but it can do human tracking without, I think. It does have a whiteboard mode, and it does have a desk mode, which can actually like sort of do the job of this camera, but from one position up here. So that'll be interesting to try out as we go forward. So I'll go ahead and get the webcam software set up and play with that. The other thing I noticed looking through the marketing information is it's got a dual native ISO, which is really cool actually for a little camera like this. And that'll mean that in low light you will get better performance. So dual native ISO is not a standard thing on most camera sensors. Now, what I'm thinking is, I'm wondering, is that sensor natively a 4K sensor? So whenever you're doing digital zoom, are you essentially going down below 4K? It's probably still good enough for most uses of this thing. The voice commands, they definitely work. They work without the software itself. They work just with the Windows software that I was using there. But to have further controls, like the manual hand controls like this, zoom in and zoom out, which I'm struggling to really get going here. Let's try that again. You do need to have the software, it seems, to get that going. I don't know, does it just need to be in front of my face? Track me. I mean, it's just tracking me there, isn't it? So if I go over here, I don't know if there's something that I'm not getting right there, but it does look really good. For a sensor of this size and a camera of this cost, that looks pretty good, I would say. And you might be seeing quite a bit of it. Interesting. My computer should be able to handle it. Let's see. And I'm also interested to know how good the microphone is on this thing. Certainly compared to this lav mic. If I could just zoom in on this lav mic. No, I can't, it seems. Am I missing anything else on here that should be doing those tracking things? Zoom, dynamic zoom's all on, isn't it? And you can do different positions, that's cool. So how can I train different positions then? And it does update its own firmware just directly through the app, which is cool. That's interesting, so you can have the microphone, I guess, on. So it could just be used as a microphone instead of a webcam. So that just zooms in and zoom out. Zoom in closer. Zoom out further. So that is digital zoom. So if we go zoom in closer, says it can do up to 4 times, but as you can see, that's digital zoom. So I'm certainly not getting a 4K quality image there, zoomed right in on my extreme close-up that you're all enjoying, I'm sure, right now. Zoom out further, unlock me. So how can I train it for position 1, etc.? That's what I want to do next. Zoom out further, that's quite good. So it's got different types of tracking. So is it looking from the left hand now? Yeah, that's interesting. So I've got different modes that I can have. I'm doing something on my desk maybe, that might be quite good. Zoom in closer, and you can control the position like this and then set that preset. So let's set a preset on my desk, preset 1. Zoom in closer. Let's go with something like that. Let's give that a go. I'm going to unbox some more things and I'll get a sort of second view of it as I go here. First of all, just have a little look at those video clips. It's got automatic gain control on it, and I think it's going to take some getting used to before I'm going to use this in a live stream or something. It's going to be constantly zooming into my beard. I'm sure that's user error, but of course it does mean that it isn't that easy to use if it's going to take me a bit of time to get used to it and make sure I don't make those mistakes whilst I'm actually live streaming. So my first conclusions are, well, look, it is a cheaper product than the larger PTZ webcams that I've tried. They have optical zoom, which means that even though it's got a smaller sensor, you're getting a much better quality image throughout the range. The moment that you're actually zooming in on this, you're actually seeing a much lower quality image. You get what you pay for, and this is a inexpensive product compared to that one. We're talking about 1/3 of the price, so you're getting a very different product. You know, of course it isn't going to do the same job as these cameras, which, okay, double, maybe 3 times the price as well. I'm going to run it as I make the rest of my videos today, and if you'd like the footage, I'll use some of that in those videos as well. And yes, well, I do like it. So you have seen it in a few videos so far. I've got it sitting just here on its tracking mode. And I must say, I also would perfectly accept the quality of the microphone if I was just this sort of distance away from it. I'd be quite happy with that sound. But you can get better out of a microphone which is really close to your mouth. So of course you can pair this with a USB microphone, which is going directly into your computer as well. Some of its limitations, I suppose I talked a bit about the fact that when you are zoomed in, you're only getting about sort of 1080p quality if you're zooming in 2 times. And that makes it really a pan and tilt camera rather than a pan and tilt zoom camera, because it is digital zoom. That's a trade-off at that price point. If you've been watching any of my videos lately, then you have seen some shots of the desk from this kind of angle, and that has been from the OBSBOT Tiny. So I'm perfectly happy with it. I think that it's perfectly usable, and especially at this price point, it is a crisp 4K camera at an inexpensive price point. Try it with this little top of your laptop mode. Oh, it did a little automatic rotate there. I didn't know it had automatically rotated into vertical mode when I tilted it up like that. So that's a good thing as well if you want to do vertical live streaming. Great feature. Onto this little magnetic clip, and then on top of my laptop. Ideal.